This summer, we saw Josh Giddey traded to the Chicago Bulls for Alex Caruso. And yes, this was the perfect move for the Thunder as he didn't really fit the scheme of OKC anymore. And Caruso is the perfect bench piece for any contender. But for the other side of things, the Bulls might have just found their point guard for the future. Before we talk about Giddey's actual talent, as far as the rumors, I in no way condone that type of stuff. I'm strictly talking about basketball. That shit is so crazy. I just needed to get that out the way. Now let's get it. After a disappointing year 3 with the Thunder, the whole league is very low on him, with good reason. However, I think it was just a case of being misutilized by the Thunder. Josh Giddey last year saw a dip in his numbers while playing the 3 to 4 spot, and that simply is the problem. He needs the ball in his hands to be at his absolute best, and obviously you can't do that with SGA on your team. He's not a small forward or even an off-ball player. It just won't work. I thought they were going to move him to the bench and let him run the second unit, which would have been amazing, but they didn't do that. Last season, Josh Giddey averaged about 12, 6, and 4 on 25 minutes, and while that does sound pretty decent, he was pretty much unplayable in the playoffs. Since he was off ball, they had him posted on the wing, having opposing teams daring him to shoot, and he was taking them. Giddey shot only 33% in the regular season and 35% in the playoffs. I have faith he'll get that up in the future, so I'm not too worried about it. But a spot-up shooter is not his role at all. I also wanted to mention his almost non-existent defense. This guy was getting blown by left and right, letting cutters slip past him and not even giving effort. He seems checked out on that side of the ball. So with his main problems being defense and spot-up shooting, the Caruso swap was a perfect situation for both teams. Now let's talk about the Chicago Bulls. They finally have started their rebuild, getting rid of DeRozan and hopefully Levine soon, and Vucevic. But their core right now is very solid. We got a potential starting four with Giddey at the 1, Kobe at the 2, Io or Matas at the 3, and Pat Will or Matas at the 4. They just need a young center for the future. I fully believe Giddey will have a bounce-back year in Chicago. He should be the starting point guard, being able to set up the players I previously mentioned. And those guys are pretty solid on defense, well, maybe besides Kobe, so it shouldn't be as big of a problem with the defense. Josh Giddey last year averaged 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists in 7 games last season without Shea in the lineup. In a small sample size, that's extremely promising. He's a great passer and playmaker. We see him throwing the inbounds or tight bounce passes in the lane, and it's really fun to watch. And with a 6'8 frame, he's able to get downhill and not even make a move, just shoot over shorter defenders. I think a lot of people are low on Giddey because of what they seen in the playoffs or even the scandal or whatever. But he's going to be back in some positive conversations this upcoming year as the Chicago Bulls start their rebuild. I can promise you that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Will he get back on track or is career trajectory more of a role player? I'll catch you on the next one.